wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was. That damage that we saw, of course, at Robius and Midlothian Turnpike. And we had some trees down in western Henrico, western portion of the city. The bulk of that has moved out of the metro area. We just have a few lingering showers right now, but there's still some action in other parts of central Virginia, mainly to the north, approaching the Fredericksburg area out in Culpeper and Orange County. That severe thunderstorm warning has been dropped, but there is a warning up in Fairfax County. And these are pretty potent thunderstorms that are going to cross I-95 over the next half hour or so. Meanwhile, what's left of all that rain that came through earlier now on the northern neck down through the middle peninsula and into Hampton Roads, but beginning to exit the coast. There is the view right now out at Millionaire. It is the numbers today. 91 degrees was our high temperature. 68 was our overnight low, and it's going to be even hotter for tomorrow. The rain really cooled things down where we didn't see much out to the west. Temperatures are still in the 80s right now, but it is 73 out at the airport. The dew point is a juicy 70, so the temperature is not going to change much overnight. In fact, we'll get down to right around 70 degrees for a low. Many rural areas will drop into the mid 60s. Still a lot of low-level moisture, so we may see a few areas of fog develop during the early morning hours. And then tomorrow, it's probably the hottest day of the week. A rather gusty southwesterly breeze, and I think our temperatures get up into the low 90s here in the metro area. And then we'll take a few degrees off that number for the rest of the week, back into the upper 80s, which is perfectly normal for this time of the year. And then we'll see the low 90s again by the time we get to the weekend. Now, the rain has been coming and going quite a bit the last several days. We'll still have nearly a 50-50 shot at seeing a few storms tomorrow. And then I think our rain chances come down quite a bit for the rest of the week going into the upcoming weekend. So tonight, as we take you through the evening, lingering storms to the north and to the east during the early evening. Then all that exits the area. Things will be pretty quiet overnight. Some low clouds, maybe a little fog early in the morning. We've kind of gotten used to that the last couple of mornings. Then we'll see some sunshine and a rather gusty southwesterly breeze in the afternoon. Notice to the west, some scattered storms starting to develop along the I-81 corridor early in the afternoon, and they'll move a little farther east during the day. I think we may see a little more activity than this. Any of these storms could produce some strong winds and potentially some hail. We're under a marginal risk of severe weather again for tomorrow, much like we were today. Then the cool front comes through Wednesday, not much moisture to work with, so nothing more than an isolated storm or two. And if you've been watching over the last hour or so, I was talking about the area of low pressure that is sitting off the coast that was plaguing the area for days this past week. It has developed into a subtropical depression. Number 4 may briefly become a storm. If it does so, it would be named Dolly, but it's going to stay well out to sea and go into the North Atlantic over the next several days. So your forecast for Richmond and Central Virginia, the storm's tapering off this evening, and we'll just have warm, muggy conditions overnight. We'll be in the mid-60s to near 70 around daybreak. The morning is quiet tomorrow, and then our chances for storms increase again probably by mid to late afternoon. I think the timing here will be a little bit later than today, as temperatures will be up in the low 90s. Then upper 80s for a few days, maybe a stray storm Wednesday or Thursday. Pretty quiet going into the weekend and typical summer temperatures with highs in the low 90s and overnight lows in the upper 60s and low 70s.